Fine, Prabhuji. All good.
Very good, very good. So last week we didn't have session.
Yes.
I was not in country. I was out of country.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. I just returned today only.
Oh,
Okay. Mm-hmm. So Ramaji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. How was the trip?
how was the trip, Prabhu?
Yes, very quite fruitful. We were able to meet many people.
Yes.
I have been going to Middle East
Mhm. Oh,
5 years back continuously. Somehow that COVID and other things
yes, yes, yes.
it got disconnected. So I had to revive those connections again.
Yes, yes, yes.
So you have any people in the Middle East?
Yes,
Very old now.
Yeah.
About 20 years back.
Prabhuji, my ex-boss,
Ah,
he is a devotee of this thing, Krishna.
really? Okay.
Yes,
Ah.
yes,
Is there in Dubai?
yes.
Yeah,
He is,
Krishna temple
I'm
is
still
there.
in touch with him. I'm still in touch.
Krishna temple is there, no? In Dubai.
Ah, yes,
Krishna
yes.
He is the trustee of that
Yeah.
Krishna temple.
What is his name?
Mr. Karani.
Mr. Subhash
Subhash
Karani.
Karani.
Ah, Subhash Rane. I've heard his name.
Yes.
Ram
He is
Baksa,
the owner
Subhash
of, he
Karani.
was the owner of VV and Sons before.
Oh, very good.
Now
Yeah.
he has given it to his cousins.
Yes, correct,
So
correct.
he is now retired.
Very good.
Yeah.
We will, no, I will take his connection from you next time.
Yeah,
when
sure. Yes.
Okay.
Anytime.
Yes.
Shobhaji is already having connection. It will be easy to connect with him. I know other trustees of the temple there.
Yeah.
4 people, I have met them. This person, I think I've heard of him, but I have not met him.
Okay. These are very
You
nice.
went only to Dubai, Prabhuji? Only Dubai?
Today, this time only Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Next visit,
Ah.
I'll be going to some other countries also.
Yeah.
Nearby countries only.
Yes.
Right. So we'll plan because this was basically after a long time I'm going.
Yeah.
Yes.
First, I have to slowly revive.
Yeah,
what has
correct.
happened. Right. So we'll do step by step.
Yeah.
If anybody has staying any other place or any connections, please let me know. We'll give them Krishna consciousness.
Yeah.
Okay. Dear Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Mataji just phone सुन रही हैं प्रभु दूसरा.
Okay, she's gone. Okay, no, she'll come back. Somya Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavats. How are you?
Fine, good.
Okay. Sushma ji, Hare Krishna. Okay, fine. She will answer later. So let's begin our session on the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Oh, Shobha ji is here. Shobha Sakaram ji. I missed her. Hare Krishna. Shobha ji. Am I audible for you? Shobha ji, Hare Krishna. Okay. Janardhan ji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
How are you?
Pranam. Good, Prabhuji.
Good.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Let's begin our session. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10. Oh, Shobhaji is online. Hare Krishna. How are you? Good? Fine. Very nice. So you got two, you have logged in from 2 sources, I think. Your name has come 2 times. No problem. Okay, so let's begin our session with prayer to Prabhupada and Lord Krishna. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra ki jai. Shri Shri Nitai Gauranga ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. So we have been discussing about chapter 7 of Bhagavad Gita as it is, wherein Krishna is revealing knowledge about himself. The beginning of this chapter, Krishna told Arjuna that I am going to speak to you this science of himself, the science of Krishna, which has to be understood either by Krishna himself or by his pure devotees. And this knowledge is going to be the complete understanding, complete knowledge. And once you know this knowledge, understanding about Krishna, this knowledge both about spiritual world and material world, is nothing else to be known. Which means, very clearly in the beginning, 2 verses of this chapter, Krishna indicates that when you know Krishna, you know everything. Very important principle, you have to know this. Prabhupada makes this statement in the purport of 2nd verse of this chapter. Yasmin vijñāte sarvam evam vijñātam bhavanti. Right? If you know Krishna, you know everything. Sarvam evam. Just like, this famous story when there was a competition between Lord Ganesha and Kartikeya. You have to go around the world and come. Who will come first? What did he do? What did Ganesha do? He circled around his
Parents.
Parvati and Shiva. Because they are the world for me. So, for devotees of Krishna, Krishna is the world. Right? If you know Krishna, everything we know. Not that, devotees of Krishna are all dull, they are all less intelligent or they don't know anything. No. They are the most intelligent devotees, personalities. And this statement confirms that. Right. So, in Chaitanya Charitamrita also it is mentioned, Krishna ye bhaje se bada chatur. One who is worshipping Krishna is very intelligent. Chatura. Right. Not cunning, is intelligent. Okay. Like this. Many statements are there. So basically Krishna is telling, just understand him. Understand him is what? Understanding about his form, his qualities, his energies. This chapter specifically speaks about his energies. Okay. So we will see about his qualities in 9th chapter. And about his other opulences. Right? His strength, his beauty, his knowledge. These are all called opulences of Krishna. There are how many opulences? 6 opulences. Shadaishwarya Purna. So Krishna is Shadaishwarya Purna. Okay. So knowing Krishna means you know everything. That is the point. So this is what Prabhupada is trying to explain to us. And further Krishna says, understanding him is knowing everything. Krishna, if you know everything, you know. But understanding Krishna is not easy. Why? Because people follow so many paths. Somebody is going to Himalayas, doing meditation in the cold snow, and somebody is burning fire around him in the hot sun and doing tapasya. So all these things you will not know Krishna. Krishna can be known how? Krishna can be known only by bhakti. Only bhakti can make you understand Krishna. Bhaktyamam abhijanati. Krishna says clearly in Bhagavad Gita. Only bhakti, you can know him. That's what Krishna says. Other things, not easy. Then Krishna begins to explain about his energies. Right? Knowing Krishna means knowing about his Nama, Rupa, Leela, Guna, and Parikara. It is said in the scriptures. Nama means about his glories of his name, glories of his personality. About glories of his personality, if you see 4th chapter, Krishna explained. His body is not like our body. His body is what? Satchidananda body, spiritual body. Correct? When he descends, he comes with his own spiritual body. 4th chapter, Krishna explained, Ajopisan Avyaya Atma. So like this, Nama, Rupa, Leela. Leela, Krishna's, this material world also is Krishna's Leela only. right? How he is conducting the whole affairs of this material world is Leela, right? Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. Guna means qualities. Now we will see more of these qualities in 9th chapter, and we'll also see them in 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and 12th chapter also, and in 15th chapter, yes, 18th chapter, we'll see many wonderful qualities of Krishna. Okay, like this, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, Parikara. Parikara means paraphernalia. With Krishna, Krishna has his energies, his paraphernalia. When a president of a country comes, all his paraphernalia comes with him. His ministers, his assistants, even a personal cook will come with that president of the country, because he cannot eat anything and everything cooked by anybody. He is following some diet and some standards, correct? So he has to come. That's called parikara. All his associates will come. So like this, knowing about Krishna means knowing about everything. So this chapter begins with knowing about his energies. So Krishna says this material world is my energy, my separated energy. This is made up of 8 basic elements. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, ego. The permutation combination of these material elements is what is manifested in the world as trees or the hills, water, sky, whatever you are seeing around us as material world is all these 8 elements, basic elements in different permutation combination. Krishna says, this is my energy. Yes, see. And we as living entities also are his energy. But the difference between the material energy and living entity energy. Material energy is called apara prakriti or inferior energy. We living entities are called para prakriti or superior energy. Krishna said this much. And see, basically Bhagavad Gita is only giving you the basic understanding. It doesn't elaborate further, right? Elaboration is in Bhagavatam. Okay, all this understanding. Then further says, Krishna says, all these are permutation combination like this. And whatever you see is a combination of matter and spirit as living entities. We have a material body, which is matter, inferior energy, apara prakriti, and spirit soul, which is superior energy. And Krishna said, like this, everything is resting on me. Like I'm wearing this kantimala. This kantimala is having a thread behind it, holding the beads. Thread is not visible, right? But without thread, this cannot hold. And this cannot stay like this. So like this, Krishna says, just like pearls are strung on a thread, all these material manifestations are resting on me. Just see. They are not simply independently flying in sky. They are all resting on Krishna's energies. Krishna is what is holding all of them. We'll see similar statement in 15th chapter. Krishna says, all these universes are held by the fist of Krishna. Right? If he releases it, just like you release a handful of dust, what happens? Dust falls down. Krishna doesn't hold them. Kama Vishyacha Bhutani. This is a statement he makes in 15th chapter. So like this, we'll know this world around us, what it is. And further, Krishna says, how everything is situated on me, how everything is all pervading, how my energy is all pervading. He gives 14 examples, which we discussed in the previous session. Right? He says the basic things which we are all experiencing. I am the taste in water. I am the light in the sun. I am light in the moon. Right? I am the sound in ether. Right? And he says the basic fragrance, the taste in every element, a spice or a fruit is from me. I am the life of all that is living. Lifespan is what? It's Krishna. Right? Like this, Krishna says 14 nice, wonderful things. A very common sense understanding which we are all experiencing every day. to establish the fact that he's on him, everything is resting and everything is, whatever you are seeing, his energy is all pervading, acting everywhere. Prabhupada often, mentions in the, in the purports in the last few verses from 7th to 11th, that how Krishna consciousness is all pervading, then Krishna consciousness is active in every sphere of life. Prabhupada goes on to repeat these statements, right? So basically, Prabhupada want to tell that we should not restrict Krishna and his understanding to be only some sect of ISKCON followers are having Krishna because they like Krishna. No, Krishna is all pervading. His energies are all pervading. And how it is all pervading and how everything is resting on him is what is being explained in this section, which we discussed last session. And today, we will further move forward with regard to the next verses, very interesting verses. Now, Krishna is going to tell further about overall material nature, how they are function, how things are functioning. So, verse number 12 in Bhagavad Gita as it is. All of you are having the copy with you. Please open. Ye chaiva satvika bhava rajasas tamasaschaye matta eviti tanvidhi natvaham teshu te mayi. Okay. So here Krishna is telling that ye chaiva satvika bhava. Now Krishna is further elaborating on what is this material nature. In the verse number 4, he explained material nature consists of basic elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, ego. But actually, what is this material nature? This material nature is one of the energies of Krishna, and it is working through three aspects, three ways it works on all of us. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. This is the three characteristic way the material nature influences each one of us in every sphere of our life. In fact, this understanding is going to be further developed chapter by chapter. And when you come to chapter 14, 16, 17, 18, it will be more elaborately displayed. How the material nature, one of the energies of Krishna, is influencing our every sphere of life. The way we eat, the way we think, the way our intelligence works, the way we understand things, the way we worship, the way we interact with people, the way we desire, everything. Practically every aspect of our life. It's like, I've given this example. Again, I'll give this example in this context. When a white light, which is coming from a source, say one white, big lamp is there, halogen lamp. In front of it, you put a one yellow cover. What happens? That white light will be colored, and what you see is yellow light. Remove the yellow color and put a green cover. What you see is a green light. Correct? It's white light only. Or source is white, but what you see is colored. So these modes are basically the Maya energy working in a way on our consciousness, just coloring our consciousness. It is giving a type of a perception of not the reality, but something else based on your desire and your previous karma. A lot of things are there in this. The whole Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam actually is describing about how we are influenced by modes. These modes of nature is a very important subject matter which Bhagavad Gita describes. It's a very subtle subject matter. Prabhupada says this has to be understood with the philosophical frame of mind. And it's not like, I'm eating masala dosa, very nice. It's not like that. It is, very subtle. Prabhupada explains in 14th chapter. It has to be philosophically and very scientifically understood. Because you can see the effect of it in our overall disposition, in our behavior, in our way of likes, dislikes, in our way of our talks, in a way of our various interactions with people. That's what it shows in what modes you are in. Right? So Krishna gave a hint in 3rd chapter, if you see. Arjuna was telling, something very sinful is forcing me, Krishna. I don't want to do, but I am forced to do something wrong. Right? Why this is happening? He asks Krishna. Right? Krishna says, this is because the modes of passion and ignorance. Kama esha, krodha esha, rajoguna samudbhava. Mahashano mahapapa, vidhyenam vihavarinam. Right? We understood this in the 3rd chapter, verse number 37. Right? 37, Krishna said this. So like this, Krishna explains, the modes are acting in a subtle manner on our consciousness. Our pure consciousness of being a devotee of Krishna is contaminated, colored, polluted by these modes. So Krishna's advice in Bhagavad Gita is how to transcend these modes. Right? Very beginning, 2nd chapter only, Krishna has given a hint to Arjuna. He said, Arjuna, you transcend these modes. Because this Vedas means full description of 3 modes only. Various permutation combination. He says, Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nidraigunya Bhava Arjuna. Traigunya Vishaya Veda. Veda means the subject matter of these 3 modes. Nistraigunya Bhava Arjuna. You rise above these modes, Arjuna. Prabhupada says the Vedas mainly deal with the subject matter of 3 modes of nature. Rise above these modes, Arjuna. Be transcendental to all of them. Nirdvandvo nitya sattvasto niryoga kshema atmavan. When you transcend these modes, you will come out of dualities. This is good, this is not good. I like this, I don't like this. This is called duality. Right? So this dualities is because modes are acting on us. So like this, Nirdvandvo nitya sattvasto. By coming out of these dualities, you will be established in the self and free from all anxieties for gain and safety. Yoga Kshema Atmavan. Very, 2nd chapter already has all the subject matter what Krishna is going to speak is actually his conclusions are presented in a very nice way. So modes basically we'll be discussing more and more, but for time being, you understand material nature influences each one of us in a characteristic manner based on our previous conditioning. So the modes are acting in a specific way. It's called Guna, Kala, Karma, Pravaha. Okay. These are all combinedly act. No, you cannot separate them. The modes act based on your previous karma, and as time unfolds, the influence is coming up. The various manifestations come up. I'll give an example. A child is born, he doesn't have sexual desires when he's a kid. As he grows, teenager, slowly the desire is awakened, which means Guna Kala Karma. The Guna Karma, that is having sexual desires at an age when he is teenager begins. And sexual desires, Krishna says, are modes of passion. And it has specific reason why it is there, as Krishna explained in the previous verse, 11th verse. When these are used for creating progeny only. As per the Dharma Shastras, it is me. No, I want to use anytime, every time for my enjoyment. And that is entanglement. Right? So, every arrangement, what we have, what Krishna has made for us, has a specific reason. If you understand that background of that specific reason, why it is there, and act accordingly, then you transcend the mode. You come above the modes. You don't understand and do left, right, center, whatever you want, you are within the modes. As simple as that. So Krishna is telling us here, the various states of being, means people are in different situations of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Actually, it is my energy, Krishna says. Matta eveti. I am in one sense everything. Right? Anything happening in anybody's life is Krishna's, it's Krishna's sanction is there. Right? But the desire is from the living entity. But Krishna says, even though I am in everything, everything is in me, but I am not in the modes. I am independent from the modes. Very important principle. Krishna repeats this in many occasions throughout the Gita. Do not misunderstand. Prabhupada gives the example. Just like the jail superintendent comes to inspect the prisoners in the jail. It's his duty to see whether everything is going well, all the prisoners are getting their food properly, getting the facilities properly, they're all properly reforming, all is his duty. When he comes to inspect the prisons and the prisoners start thinking, oh, he has also become like one of us. What is your number? Right? So then that is mistake. So Lord has created the material world. Yes, these modes are his energy. So he never comes under the influence of the modes. Very important principle. This Prabhupada says it's one of the special characteristics of the Bhagavan, Supreme Personality of Godhead, that he is called Nirguna. Nirguna doesn't mean no gunas. He has spiritual gunas, but he is above these material gunas. He is not influenced by material gunas. Very important point, because always, we have one class of spiritualists called Mayavadis. They say God is Nirguna, Nirakara, Nirvishesha. Oh, no guna, no vaishishtya, no anything. So no head, no tail, nothing is, is impersonal light. No, that is wrong. Nirguna means he has no material gunas. He has all spiritual qualities, positive side. Right? So when Krishna says, I am above the gunas, doesn't mean he's influenced by these gunas, even though he's created them. And when he comes to the material world, again he's not influenced by them. Right? So these three verses in 7th chapter, 12, 13, 14, is going to give a wonderful perspective of the gunas. Okay, so Krishna said in this verse, in the 12th verse, that whatever you see in the material world is all actually permutation combination of these gunas. Right? All material activities in the world are being conducted by three modes of nature. Right? Although these modes are Krishna's energy, he is not subject to them. He is not influenced by them. Right? That is the point. That is one of the important characteristics. Guna. See, again, guna of Krishna is being explained here. One of the qualities, spiritual qualities, that he is not influenced by the material nature like we are influenced. Now, next verse and 14th verse will explain why we are influenced. Why we influenced, and why Krishna is not influenced. Very clearly, Krishna explains. Verse number 13. Tribhir gunamayer bhavir ebhi sarvam idam jagat mohitam nabhi janati mamebhya param avyayam. Krishna says, very good words Krishna uses. Tribir Gunamayir Bhavai. Tribir Guna. Three gunas. These three gunas are actually is what this whole world is made up of. And people are deluded, mohitam, deluded by these three modes. The whole world does not know me. Mohitam na bhi janati. Janati means knowing. Na abhi janati means not knowing. So the whole world does not know me because they are bewildered by these modes. Deluded by these modes. Whereas my position is what? Mamebhya param avyayam. I am above the modes and I am inexhaustible. They're very important words Krishna uses. So Krishna is repeating again what he told in 11th verse, that he is not under the modes. He is above the modes. Whereas we living entities are under the modes, influenced by modes. The whole effort of practicing bhakti, devotional service, Krishna consciousness, is to rise above the modes. Why do we chant Hare Krishna? To transcend the modes. It is the easiest process to come above the modes. Yogis do so much of tapasya. Why? To come above the modes. We discussed in 6th chapter how much difficulty the Ashtanga yogis undertake to go to the forest, lonely place, secluded place, and identify a very proper place, proper sitting asana they have to make, and focus their mind, their full intelligence, everything should be focused on Paramatma. Why? Because right now the modes of nature are driving us to act in a specific manner. They are driving us, we are forced. That's what Arjuna's question was. Why am I forced to act sinfully? Because these modes are acting on you, Arjuna. The process of yoga is to see that the influence of these modes don't act on us. It is possible. In human form of life, if we properly endeavor in the right way, following the rules, regulations of scriptures, we can transcend the modes. This Krishna explains in the in the 14th chapter. So modes, even though they're influencing us, we as living entities, spirit souls, we can transcend them. Right? That is possible. So this verse specifically under discussion, again Krishna is giving a wonderful philosophical understanding here, because these basic principles you have to understand nicely. Otherwise, the whole Bhagavad Gita will become very difficult. Because Bhagavad Gita is basically discussing on these modes only. So Bhagavad Gita is having 5 subject matters. What are they? Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. I'll repeat. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. Right? So, when I told about Guna, Kala, Karma, Pravaha, if you leave out Ishvara, Jiva, 3 are these things. Guna, Kala, Karma. Prakriti means Guna. 3 gunas. Kala, time. Karma, your actions, what you do. Based on that, reactions, it's called karma. Karma can be understood in various ways. Sometimes you say, oh, my karma. They say, no. Means like your reaction, what you are getting for something you have done. That is one understanding of karma. One more karma is action. What karma I should do, what activities I should do. Right? Like this various contexts, we can understand karma in different ways. As previous resultant reaction, or what action I'm supposed to be doing, or the sum total of all the various action reactions which are acting upon you as an individual. That is also known as karma. So, in what context you use the word karma matters. And Krishna explained about karma, vikarma, akarma in 4th chapter. Right? Like this, Bhagavad Gita is full of wonderful principles, basic principles, which as human beings we should know. If you say, Prabhuji, my karma is such that I can't understand. No, you can understand. You're not endeavoring. Problem is that you don't endeavor. You know, you are like that elephant which is tied up from the childhood to a chain thing. So even I grow up means chain is tied up. What I can do? One kick you do, no, all that chain goes away. So like that, the problem with us is we don't want to start. We tell Hare Krishna chanting, you know, how, when, where, so many questions will come. Now come, we'll watch a IPL match. Yes, immediately ready. Online, offline, when, how? So happy, right? Anything sense gratification means very happily, no opposition. When house, my wife opposes, my husband opposes, no problem, I'll come. But when you tell chant Hare Krishna, oh, wife is a problem, children will problem, children are sitting in America, but even then they'll ask you, Papa, what are you doing? So like this, so many problems will come in your mind. So anyway, so now Krishna is explaining that these three modes are influencing us so much. That's what Krishna is saying. Whole world. Now Prabhupada says the whole world is enacted with the three modes of material nature. Right? Any interactions we are having, it's all three modes interaction. This we'll understand more as we go towards the last portion of Bhagavad Gita. Last 6 chapters will more elaborately explain. But right now, let us, as a matter of understanding principle, let us this much appreciate this. The whole world is connected by three modes. Maya means she is acting, influencing us in various ways, right? So we are actually, in one sense, our identity as spirit soul is taken over by the modes. We are given control of our thinking, feeling, acting, desiring, right? The soul activities, the soul's real nature is all now influenced by three modes, colored by three modes. We desire also we desire contrary to what is required for Atma. Right? I asked yesterday, I was meeting some people in Dubai. I asked them, why are you in Dubai? I asked them. So their answer was, I want to have a better lifestyle. Okay, as though in India, I don't have a better lifestyle. Okay. Oh, okay. What do you mean by better lifestyle? I asked. Better lifestyle means, you see, here in this part of the country, we have women's security, we have, so much of enjoyment, everything. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, they had telling them. Huh? Who is that? Okay. So then I further asking so many, further questions, probing them. Okay. Finally, why are you here? The conclusion was, I want to enjoy being here. That's all. I want to have a nice, aram life, easy life. That was the conclusion. But to get that, you have to work hard. Nothing will come free. Right? You have to be away from your family. You have to really toil and follow all the rules, law there, everything. So many things are there. Everything comes with with its own baggage. Right? Basically, my point for them was to make them understand the life what you're living will not be like this forever. Right? It may be a temporary life of few, let's say 20, 30, 40 years. After that, what? I asked them. After that, over, everything over. Chapter closed. So point is, wherever we are living right now, we are in a way acting and conducting ourselves as though we are going to live permanently. Right? I am the mother of my children forever. No. I am the boss of this company forever. No. Right? So your lifespan, say 70, 80 years. Kaliyuga means 100 years. Somebody process 100 years, will come in newspaper. Oh, yes, crossed century. Right? So like this, rarely people are living. Even 90 years, 80, 90, where? Not easy. So our lifespan of 60, 70 years, you want to think that, this is everything for my life. This is what Krishna is telling us here. We are in delusion. There are two words used in Bhagavad Gita. One is called illusion. One more is called delusion. What is this? Some balloons are coming. Okay. So, delusion and illusion. Illusion means temporarily you are under a misunderstanding and accepting something else to be something else. I'll give an example. Suddenly power goes. You're in the house and you're holding a rope side somewhere. You're searching for a rope, but you're holding a rope. But that rope is so cold that you look, oh, I'm holding a snake. Right? For time being, when the power was not there, you couldn't see, you mistake rope to be a snake. Rope also exists, snake also exists. But you mistake one to be other. It's called illusion. Okay. So this illusion is one of the defects in our conditioned life. We do this for everything. We mistake something to be something else. Right? Unnecessarily, husband has come back home and he's eating his food, dinner, and food is very bad. Starts shouting at the wife, what food you're doing? So much hard work I'm doing and coming dinner, no proper dinner also. Wife is about to tell, but he's not allowing to speak. After he finishes his dinner, I said, I didn't cook. This other, my auntie came, she cooked. Oh, really? I didn't know. I was telling you, why you didn't listen to me? Like this, in our life, we mistake one to be something else and go on. And this type of illusion is not only with you, with everybody. They're mistaking something to be something. The biggest illusion we are living is what? I am this body. I am a male. I am a female. I am so intelligent. Right? I am professor of this university. I am such a big owner of this company. That is our illusion, not one, so many. Right? Thousands and thousands, millions of illusions are sitting in our mind. Illusion means mistaking one to be something else. All these bubbles of illusion will burst when you die. Correct? So many stories you have made, so many dramas you are playing. Right? All these drama bubbles will pop over. Next life, if you say, oh, I was the owner of this big company, I remember now. Which owner? He died a long time back. Right? Oh, I had kept 10 crores in my bank account. He died. That money went to his children. Right? Like this, the different things which you achieve and want to be proud of that achievements will be finished with this life. This is what Krishna is telling us here. We are deluded by the most. Delusion means complete illusion. Illusion going on for long time. How much long? We also don't know. So we are deluded by the modes of nature. Mohitam. Like this, what is going on? We have forgotten our real identity as Atma. And going on, life after life after life after life, doing that, doing this, doing that, and this, then life is finished. This life over, one more life, one more life. Like this, we are going. So Prabhupada very nicely says, In this material world, everyone is under the influence of these three gunas and thus bewildered. It's like when a magician, you must have seen some magic shows, right? Nothing is there, one bird will come out. Oh, wow. Magician, bewilderment. So this Maya is doing this magic for us. Every time, Maya is doing magic for us and we think, oh, so nice, so good. So, what is going on with us actually is, we have one particular type of body we have. Body is having senses, mind, intelligence. Prabhupada says, we have specific type of psychic and biological activities based on the body. Right? A dog's body will have one type of psychic and biological behavior. Right? It will act in a specific manner. It will eat in a specific manner. It will talk in a specific manner. Right? You cannot say, dog, please come. Now there is a Zoom session on Bhagavad Gita. Sit, listen. No. Cannot. It works in a specific way. Right? So they say, the dog's tail, how much ever you straighten it, it will be straight, become straight? No. Always be, we call in Kannada, Nai Wala Dogu. Right? So that, this is how things are. You cannot change. Right? So, this is our specific. So, with regard to human society, Krishna already has hinted in 4th chapter. Chaturvarnyam maya shrishtam guna karma vibhagashaha. See, guna karma vibhagashaha. Again, guna karma word is coming together. So, this society in this material world is divided into 4 divisions based on the influence of one specific mode prominently in that particular entity, particular human being. If one person is having mode of goodness prominently, he is called a Brahmana. And if the mode of passion is prominent in a person, is called Kshatriya. And there is a mixture of passion and ignorance together, it is called Vaishya. And prominently ignorance is there, Shudra. So these divisions of society is not a caste, not by birth. Krishna says they have acquired these qualities based on their previous karma. Chatur varanyam maya shrishtam guna karma vibhagasha. These divisions are existing in society based on my creation of this material world. Based on living entities guna karma, they fit under these 4 divisions. Right? So like this, Prabhupada says, our life right now born as a maybe as a Vaishya, businessman. So again, these divisions are all very scientific divisions. Again, we'll not get into details of these divisions. This is how the material world in different shapes and forms is like this now. In whatever way, there are class of people who are business people, there are class of people who are administrators, there are class of intelligent people, there are class of people who are called workers, who support all this ecosystem. Right? These 4 divisions are naturally visible in society in different shapes and different forms. So what Krishna is telling us here is that this type of a life you may get in human form, but it is temporary. And what is going to happen next, we don't know. Next life. But still, under the influence of Maya, what we think? We are under the bodily conception of life. That I am belonging to this country, this place, this community. I am so and so. Prabhupada goes on to say, we think we are American, Indian, Russian, Brahmana, Hindu, Muslim, etc. Like this, we become entangled in different activities connected to that particular thinking. Oh, we are all Brahmins, so we do this. We're all this, so we have to do that. So like this, we become entangled and forget the purpose for why we are here. That is the problem. And main purpose is, when you get a human form, we are supposed to serve Krishna. To serve Krishna, we should know Krishna, should understand our real situation. That we forget. That's what Krishna is telling. Mohitam na vijanati. No Krishna in picture. Only, in my wallet, in my mobile, my wife, children photo only is there. Right? Because they are everything for me. Right? Even the movies are made like that. Right? Anything is there. Family. Little more greater family. Over. That's all. But you don't know we belong to Krishna's family. Why? We are all playing different dramas in this life. And we want to learn from other people's drama. Oh, see, that family is so happy. Why don't we be like this? As though that family is going to live eternally. That is the problem. Right? We can have some learnings, that is a different matter. But what is the purpose of life? We should know. Right? So, Krishna is telling why all is happening is because we are all under the influence of modes. Modes make you see, behave, think, act in a particular way. So behind these modes, Krishna is there. He is controlling. This mode is only to bewilder me, put me under delusion. We don't know. That's what Krishna is saying. Whereas Krishna's existence is eternal, permanent. Right? So like this, our life is going on. Life after life after life. Many millions of lives we have already taken. Anadi karma phale padi bhavarnava jale. Kori bare na dekhi upay. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, our karma is anadi. When it started, how it started is beginningless. Adi means beginning. Anadi means no beginning. When it started, we don't know. Anadi karma phale padi bhavarnava jale. My previous karmas have made me fall in this material ocean of samsara. And I am going on in my life. This life something, next life something, previous life something, like this going on. Kori bare na dekhi upay. I don't know anything. I don't know what is the solution for this. You are in the middle of the ocean. Somehow you are fallen there. What you will do? You will swim? How much you will swim? No, it's huge. No, ocean is huge. It is, so many nautical miles away. You will be tired. You will give up. That's how material world is like that. Full of problems. And we think we are all, very happy doing that, doing this. This is our illusion. Okay. So, Prabhupada is telling, all this is because we have forgotten our real identity. We have come under the modes of nature. Krishna is telling the same thing here. Deluded by the three modes, passion, goodness, and ignorance. The whole world does not know me. So I'm above the modes and is inexhaustible. Our situation also is to be above the modes. But we have come under the influence of modes. That Krishna explains in the next verse. Why? Okay. But our situation is supposed to be above the modes. And our situation also is to be avyaya. Means we are not supposed to be finishing our existence like this, life after life, life after life. We have eternal life. Right? So Prabhupada says, Krishna consciousness is transcendental to all these three modes of nature, and those who are truly established in Krishna consciousness are actually liberated. We are supposed to be truly established, means properly, situated in the practice of Krishna consciousness, the understanding of Krishna consciousness, the various, the realizations of Krishna consciousness. Okay. Let us take the next verse. Today, with this verse, we'll conclude. So, 14th verse, very important verse. Daivi esha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mam eva ye prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. Krishna is telling, this Maya energy is my energy. And because it is Krishna's energy, it is Daivi or it is divine. Anything coming from Krishna is divine, spiritual. So Krishna's energy is also divine. But ordinarily, the material world, when the living entities want to overcome this material energy, it is not easy. What Krishna says, it's my energy, it is acting under my direction, and to overcome this energy is not easy. But how can you overcome? You can overcome only by surrendering to Krishna. When you surrender to Krishna, Krishna will tell the Maya energy, don't influence him. Then you are out of influence. Okay. So here comes the question. First of all, why have you come under the influence of material energy? Because our situation, we understood about material nature, spiritual nature, and we are also spiritual entities, but we are minute. Right? The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains to us that material nature is called Bahiranga Prakriti, spiritual nature is called Antaranga Prakriti, and we as living entities are Tatastha Shakti. As Krishna says, Para Prakriti. But we are very minute. Tatastha means marginal energy. Marginal means, just like Prabhupada gives example, when you walk on the beach, few feet away there is water, and this side there is land. You are on the border. Either you can go in the water or you can be on the land. Our situation is like that. We, on our own will, we want to be under Krishna's shelter, it is possible. But left to ourselves, we are under Maya's energy always. So this is our situation. So we have to desire to be under Krishna's influence. There's only two ways. Either being under Krishna's energy or being forced to be under Maya energy. It's like either you are a normal citizen doing your normal activities without any problem, or you will be in the jail because you're a criminal. Right? Two things only. Not at in between. I'm on the standing outside the jail. No. You are either here or there. Okay, this material world is jail. Either you are in material world or spiritual world. Why we came to material world? Krishna bhuliya jiva bhoga vancha kare. When you forgot Krishna and you wanted to enjoy this material world, Krishna bhuliya jiva bhoga vancha kare. You want to enjoy this material world independent of Krishna. What happened? Nikatastha maya tare japatiya dhare. Immediately Maya captured you. It's like the police will capture you as soon as you have gone in the wrong direction. One way, you went other direction. Police is standing. Come. Pay the fine. Like that. So as soon as you desire independent enjoyment for yourself and do things on your own, then you're immediately under the influence of Maya. Very simple. Right? So all of us have revolted, violated against Krishna's supremacy in spiritual world. So we are put in jail here. It's called, this material world is called Durga. Durga has 10 hands, 10 weapons. Why, jail superintendent will not have, one garland waiting for, you're so nice prisoner, please take a garland. No. Jail superintendent will have a lathi and all the various weapons. He'll keep hitting them. Anything wrong. So likewise, Durga is having weapons in her hands. Why? All of us criminals are all doing so many things, nonsense. She has to keep hitting us. She has a Trishula also. What is Trishula? It's 3 modes. Right? So like this, every weapon has a significance in Durga's hands. Durga means a fort. She is protecting this jail so well that we don't escape. But if Krishna says, if you surrender to him, he can save you. That's the point. So like this, this verse is the most quoted verse from Prabhupada in his teachings, in his lectures, in his books. You will hear this verse, you can say, 1 lakh times. Daivi yesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mameva ye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. Simple understanding of this verse is, we are under the influence of Maya, this Krishna's energy, very difficult to overcome, but if you surrender to Krishna, you can overcome. The question comes, it is so easy to surrender to Krishna and you will be out of Maya. Why we are not surrendering? What is the problem? That is answered in the next verse. Okay. So, meanwhile, one more important point which we have to understand here is, Krishna uses the word Mameva ye prapadyante. Mameva means only me. No, I have Brahma, I have Shiva, I have some other devatas. I surrender to them. Krishna says, no, only me. Because everybody, if you go and surrender, they cannot help you. Even they are under the influence of Maya. You see the pastime of Brahma Vimohana Leela. He became also bewildered. Who is this Krishna? Many pastimes are there, these various devatas. So basically, not to underestimate or undermine their wonderful exalted position. They are all great personalities, but they are also under the influence of Maya. That we have to understand. Durga is working under the orders of Krishna. Krishna says in 9th chapter. Maya is working under the direction of Krishna. So who is superior? Right? In your house, there is a maid servant working for you. She is taking your orders. So who is superior? You or maid servant? No, maid servant is superior. Then you are fool. Right? So like that, you have to understand who is superior, who is giving orders, who is taking orders. Right? Generally, people have the conception of worshipping Durga, Shiva, Brahma, Surya, Ganesha, Panchopasana. Right? But all of them are great devotees of Krishna. So who is superior? We have to understand. So that's why Prabhupada very nicely says, none of them can give you liberation, only Krishna can give you liberation. Many pastimes of Krishna and these devatas in Bhagavatam depicting this wonderful principle. So, only Krishna can give liberation from this material world. That's why it's called Mukunda. Even Lord Shiva affirms this in one of his teachings, that only by the mercy of Krishna you can get liberated. Prabhupada quotes this in the purport towards the end. Mukti pradata sarvesham Vishnur evana samshayaha. There is no doubt that Vishnu is the deliverer of liberation for everyone. Mukti pradata sarvesham Vishnur evana samshayaha. Shiva is telling this. And Shiva is a great devotee of Vishnu. He is the Parama Vaishnava. Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu. Greatest Vaishnava is Shiva. Right? And Brahma also is a very great devotee. He is the actual personality from whom the parampara is begun, in which ISKCON is now functioning. Brahma Sampradaya. Right? Krishna directly gave knowledge to Brahma. Let's see. This is the understanding. So, basically, Krishna is telling, if you are under the influence of Maya, the easy process is surrender to me. I will tell Maya, don't bother him. Don't bother this person. He is my devotee. Over. But why surrender doesn't happen? This is a question which we'll address in the next section. And Prabhupada also says, behind this Maya, there is a Mayinam, there is a magician who is manipulating this Maya. He is Maheshwara, that is Supreme Lord Krishna. The Supreme Lord Krishna, Maheshwara, is acting like a magician to manipulate Maya. Maya is working under Krishna's direction. Okay? So ask, discuss, or comment, take up.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. The three modes of material nature, at what point in time did they come into the material creation, Prabhuji?
See, the material ingredients of creation, your question is when they manifest in the material creation. Right?
Yes.
So, next chapter we'll see, Krishna says, material creation, maintenance, annihilation is a cyclic process. It goes on. It's like every day, sun rises, sun sets. Cyclic way of, functioning. So, when there is dissolution, everything is absorbed in one of the Vishnus, Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, right? So when the material ingredients and all the various paraphernalia required for material creation is in an inactive state, that is called Mahatattva, right? And very detailed description of when the creation begins, and when the creation has to happen again, what happens step by step is described in Bhagavatam 3rd canto by Kapila Muni to his mother. In different other contexts also, Bhagavatam explains this. 2nd chapter canto also it explains, but in more detail we can see in 3rd canto. So first, when there is a universal egg, Lord glances, and the Lord's glance is so powerful that things activate. Right? The basic ingredients required for material creation are, in fact, the material creation begins with when material nature is created, it has various aspects. Very detailed technical description is given, right? So it is called pradhana, upadana, like this. Many descriptions are there. I don't want to get into details. It will confuse you. So basically, when the pradhana, if you see in the 13th chapter, Krishna explains about the various ingredients in 13th chapter, verses number 6 and 7. Mahabhutani ahankaro buddhir avyaktameva cha indriyani dashaikam cha panchachindriya gochara. The great elements, false ego, intelligence, the unmanifest, the 10 senses, the mind, the 5 sense objects, desire, hatred, happiness, aggregate, all this gradually come. So basically, at one point of creation, after the false ego becomes transformed by the Lord's glance, it manifests as 3 modes. And step by step, first mode of ignorance is created. Mode of ignorance, there is creation of the material elements. Then from the mode of passion, there's intelligence created. And mode of goodness, mind is created. Like this description, technical description, of course. So like this, details are there. So which means your answer to your question is, all the required paraphernalia for creation is in stock. It's just that they become manifest under the influence of Krishna's will. Krishna's desire, whenever it is required, it is just like a shopkeeper. At his will, when he wants, he can open his shop or close his shop, right? And activities can go on like that. Krishna can create and destroy at his will. This we'll see in the next chapter. Right? Like this, so many creation destructions are going on from the universal time scale. And Brahma's life, so many such, the various actions are going on. But if you remain foolish, ignorant, and don't realize such a thing is going on, you're just bothered about one life of a short lifespan of our present existence, that is foolishness. You have a universal picture of how things are going on, how Krishna's creation is going on. Right? Just definitely your question of material modes being manifested. Material modes is part of Krishna's energy. When Krishna wants, he'll manifest appropriately at the right time when it is required in the process of creation. Right? It's not that they are separately existing. It is there already in Krishna's scheme of things. They just manifest. See, actually, material body means it's the imitation of spiritual body in a different way. Right? Because Krishna wants to give the same experience as in spiritual world, because you don't want to serve Krishna. Krishna is facilitating through material nature in a other way around. Right? So in the spiritual world also there are modes acting, but they're all spiritual modes. Goodness, passion. It's like Yashoda Mai, when she was chastising Krishna. Why did you eat mud? Open your mouth. And she saw in the mouth of Krishna whole universes. She got bewildered. Right? That bewilderment is called Yogamaya bewilderment. Whereas we getting bewildered is called Mahamaya. Right? Mahamaya, Mangamaya. Right? Like this, this things are all going on with us. Spiritual world, same things are happening for Krishna's pleasure. Krishna's satisfaction. And devotee's pleasure. Devotee is also getting that. Otherwise, Yashoda is in complete forgetfulness of Krishna's position. Otherwise, she cannot act as Krishna's mother. Oh, my Krishna is actually Supreme Lord, Master of all universes. Then how she can act as a mother? That sense of bewilderment is given in a positive way to facilitate Leela. Right? It's only for advanced devotees, but you cannot imagine. Right? Oh, I have become Krishna's mother, or I'm Yashoda, I'm that, I'm Gopi. All these are all, very imitations, not sanctioned in scriptures. Okay, so yes, modes of nature do manifest at one specific time, as some hint is given in Bhagavad Gita, but details are there in Bhagavatam. After creation of false ego, the false ego means what? Wrong identity. That I am this matter. When that starts, then one after the next starts. The false ego, ahankara, will become further influenced by Krishna's glance, and it starts as three modes. All is explained in Bhagavad. Okay. Any other question?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Yes,
I
yes.
want to ask some question.
Yeah, please.
The idea of the surrendering process is exactly not clear. Six points, that is all right. Anukulya sasankalpa partikulasya varjanam. When we apply it practically, most of the time we are bewildered. We are not able to decide means exactly what it is. Surrender means, if I say I am surrendered to Krishna, what should be the signs and symptoms of my activities?
Okay, good question. So we spoke about surrender to Krishna. How to surrender? What should be my way of surrender? Is that the question, Abdaji? Yeah.
Signs and symptoms.
Signs and symptoms means if a person says I am surrendered to Krishna, what should be the signs and symptoms of that person?
Okay. That person should only do 24 hours Krishna Seva, nothing else. But Krishna says in 9th chapter, later on, 8th chapter also he says, later on he says that Mahatmanastu Maham Partha Daivim Prakriti Mahashrita Bhajanti Ananya Manasa. One of the symptoms of surrender. What is Bhajanti Ananya Manasa? 24 hours only thinking of or worshipping or meditating on Krishna. So this is one of the symptoms of surrender. One more symptom Krishna says in the, again, 14th verse, 9th chapter. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dhruvrata. Satatam kirtayanto. Right? Surrender basically means that you are offering your mind, body, intelligence, whatever Krishna has given you as faculties for functioning in the material world, only for Krishna, nothing else. Right? And how to do that? In a very regulated manner, in a way which Krishna accepts, Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita. Even fourth chapter, Krishna has explained. A few symptoms of surrender, I'll tell you. In verse number 19, fourth chapter, Krishna says, Yadricha labha santushto dvandva nido imat svaraha. Right? He says, in 22nd verse, he says, whatever comes to you by your actions, you accept it as Krishna's mercy. Be satisfied. That is one principle of surrender. So basically, surrender means simply follow what Krishna wants me to do. And what Krishna wants me to do, Krishna is explaining in Bhagavad Gita. It's fully given his requirements in the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. You try to follow 100%, that is called surrender.
Yes.
So symptoms of surrender is all Krishna explained. From the second chapter onwards, he explains. Right, second chapter, 54th verse, Arjuna asks 4 questions. The rest of the chapter, from 55th verse to 72nd verse, is only symptoms of surrender. In this, again, 12th chapter, verses from
Yes.
13 to 20, full of symptoms of surrender. Right? Then in 14th chapter also we see, towards the end of this, around 5-6 verses, symptoms of surrender. Right? And these symptoms of surrender are summarized as 6 principles by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And these 6 principles and its corollaries are all elaborated in Bhagavad. When you surrender to Krishna, as per Bhagavad Gita's principles, your understanding of Bhagavatam begins. Because Bhagavatam is the understanding after your surrender to Krishna. Surrender means at least to the level that I accept Krishna as Supreme Lord. See, again, surrender has many gradations. Right? We say, oh, he was not even chanting. Now he is chanting one mala. That is one advancement, one step towards surrender. Okay, now 1 round I've been chanting, now I'm chanting 4 rounds. Oh, further, your level of surrender has improved. Your symptom of surrender has further enhanced. Okay, 16 rounds I'm chanting. That is not complete surrender. That is Prabhupada's instructions, your surrender. Prabhupada also says 16 is minimum. How much you have to chant? Krishna says, Satatam Kirtayantam. 24 hours you have to chant. So, surrender limit is unlimited.
Unlimited, yes.
Right? So, Radharani is that personality who is so much surrendered that to understand what is that surrender she is having, Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes, see? That level of surrender she is having, even I am purchased by her surrender. So, surrender gradations are there. Yeah? So, to at least accept Krishna as God was very good, because mostly people don't accept. Right? I have a politician as my God. Right? You'll only become prime minister, you'll only become everything for me. So I guess people have different conceptions. So again, surrender as a sadhaka, as a practitioner, our understanding of surrender is we follow as much as possible what Prabhupada wants us to follow. That is also considered as complete surrender.
Yes.
Because we cannot follow everything what Krishna wants. But Prabhupada is that personality who can recommend us, okay, this is one of my disciples. You accept Krishna. He is sincerely following. So, our goal in life should be to surrender to Prabhupada. Dedicate our life to the mission of Prabhupada. That is surrender for us. And do everything what Prabhupada wants us to do in our capacity. As much as possible.
Yes.
That is surrender. Otherwise, you can lift 10 kilos, but you're telling, no, today, I don't have so much of a good mood. I'll lift only half kilo. Then that is not surrender. You give your full to Krishna, as what Prabhupada telling us, and do that. That is called surrender. Not half-heartedly doing. With full heart. As Krishna explains. Maya Veshya Mano Yevam Nitya Yukta Upasate. 12th chapter Krishna explains. Actually, whole Bhagavad Gita is telling you how to surrender, the symptoms of surrender, and the results of surrender. The final conclusion what Krishna gives in 9th chapter, 18th chapter. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhya jimam namaskuru mam eveshyasi satyam te pratijane priyosim. You surrender only. Think of me, become my devotee, worship me, do namaskar to me. Always. Krishna says, if you do this, I will take you back to me. Is no doubt about it. I am assuring you, Krishna says. Surrender. So, surrender to Krishna has gradations. It depends on our willingness, our sincerity, and Krishna is ready to bestow his blessings on us. And what does Krishna say in 4th chapter, 10th verse? Ye yatha ma prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajam. As you surrender, I reciprocate. Degree of your surrender, I will reciprocate accordingly. So, it is left to us. Krishna has left that aspect of surrendering as a voluntary aspect for individual soul. Surrender means following what Krishna wants us to follow, what Prabhupada wants us to follow. As you surrender, I reciprocate. So why somebody is placed in a better position in devotional service? Because he has surrendered to that extent. Again, placing is all material conception. Blessing, some Krishna's blessing is coming to the devotee. Is going on in the service to Krishna. It is Krishna's, that devotee has surrendered more. To take inspiration from that. Okay? Fine.
Yes. Thank
Thank you.
you. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.